Bible Crafts for Kids. I'm going to show you a very unique Create-A-Page activity that is combined with the Bible Crafts for Kids lesson. This lesson is number 6 in the Miracles of Jesus. The first miraculous catch of fish. Jesus is relatively new in his ministry, and the people love to hear him. He dresses like the commoner, but he speaks like royalty, and the people love him. He speaks hope to them. The Create-A-Page that accompanies this lesson is inexpensive and may be found at Bible Crafts for Kids in the Miracles of Jesus series. To create this paper craft activity, you're going to need to print the download, which contains the lesson and the creative page, the instructions with full illustrations, the labels, and this unique little boat that comes with the activity. You're going to also need a paper clip, a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, a hole punch, and some type of adhesive. I'm using double stick tape. The labels and templates are reproducible to however many students in your class. This cute page contains the bow of a boat or bow of a boat and some fish. We put this boat on a separate page so you can print it in any color you choose. I've chosen to print it on kind of a brown craft page. So let's get started. Let's start with our 12 by 12 sheet of paper. We're going to cut it in half to a 6 by 12 strip. And then we're going to score our 6 by 12 strip at 6 inches. Now, if you're using binding holes, at this point you want to go ahead and fold it and put what binding holes you have and what type you are using on the left-hand side at the fold. When it is bound, it will still open to reveal the boat and the fish and the labels that are on the inside. Next, we want to take our boat and we want to cut it out. And of course, I always cut on the outside lines first. And you can do this with scissors or a paper trimmer. It doesn't matter. In this case, I'm going to use both. I'm going to use the scissors and the paper cutter. When cutting elements out, remember that the solid black line is the cutting line, and the dotted line is the fold line. And it takes no time at all to cut our boat out. There's just two little spots, or actually two little spots on the bottom and 2 spots on the top that need to be trimmed. The kids like to do this themselves. Now, they don't get it perfect, but that's okay. Never, when you do a craft on the first time, does it really ever turn out correctly. So there's our boat, and now we want to score our boat on the dotted lines. So I'm going to bring back my scoreboard, and I'm simply just going to I put a black line on my scoreboard, which helps me to know where to place lines that are not attached. So I simply just score the dotted lines. Then I'm going to place adhesive on the back side of the end pieces on both ends. Now the boat is going to fold on the dotted lines, and so we're going to put the adhesive on the back side of the tabs. I like using double stick tape with small children. It seems to be less fussy than liquid glue or even glue sticks. The one problem I do have is making sure that they press the release paper into the glue so that it will release easier. And that is all that we need to do to the boat. So we have our boat done, and we have our base page in the 12 by 6. Now let's look at our labels. I have printed our labels on a kind of a lavender sheet. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to hand cut these fish. However, we've made just straight lines with the fish, which the only curve is right around the front, so it makes it easier to cut out. So first I'm going to take my paper trimmer and start cutting, and I'm going to cut all of the outside edges first. Now I'm going to look for the longest line, and I'm going to start cutting my labels. But before I do that, I'd kind of like to put double stick tape on all of these labels. And to do that, I simply turn it over and I just eyeball it. Sometimes I put 2, sometimes I put 3 strips. The more strips, the more manipulation the children have to do with, and the adults. Believe it or not, seniors love these because they're easy enough and they're not complicated. Now, this title label also is going to need some double stick tape, so I'm going to simply snip around the edge of that and add the double stick tape. Now I'm going to continue to cut my labels. Like I said, you can do this with scissors. I just happen to have a paper trimmer, and it makes it easier for the demonstration. So there are 5 labels. We also attach a memory verse card. Let me show you how easy. It's just straight cuts for the little fish. And we did that on purpose because if you have 20 kids, it may be a little bothersome to go ahead and cut out this many fish. However, you only really need 1 fish. Now we have our fish cut. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a small hole, a hole punch, and we're going to punch the little black dot in the fish's nose. And that's what we're going to hang him on. Now, you can also use a needle tool. So that completes our kit. We have our fish, our labels, our little boat, and our base page. Now let me show you how to assemble number 6. First, we're going to take our base page and we're going to fold it in half. I always use double-sided paper so the kids can choose what side they'd like to use. I think I'm going to use the clouds on the outside and the diagonal stripes on the inside. And we're going to fold our page in half. Next, we're going to work on our little boat. Okay, we're going to fold the little boat at the center. Then we're going to fold each outside tab toward the fold or over on the little boat. And we're going to do that on both sides. And we're going to crease our folds. And our boat should look like this on both sides. Next, we're going to remove the adhesive on one side of the boat. And we're going to slip our boat inside about 1 inch from the fold line, in the middle of the page. The sticky side will hold down as you close the boat, as you close the top cover. Then we're going to flip it over, open it up, and do the back side and remove the adhesive and glue this down. Fold it over and we'll glue it down exactly as we did on the front. And then when we open it, our little boat opens to reveal the bow of the boat. And now it's time for our labels. Our label, the lesson title is The First Miraculous Catch of Fish. It's in the Miracles of Jesus series. After gluing the labels on the front, let's open it up and let's put our labels on the inside. Now, as the story says, in the beginning, Peter caught no fish. So we want to put the no fish label on this side of the boat. Now that may be a little difficult, and you may want to do that before you put the boat in the page. And on the back side is where Peter caught many fish. And so we'll want to put that label on the back side of the boat. Now you want to put that a little lower down on the bottom of the bow, because now we're going to put our little fish on our paper clip, and we're going to paper clip it to the right side of the bow of the boat. So we simply just slip our little fish on our paper clip, and slip our paper clip on the side of the boat. And there's our many little fish. Now for the rest of the labels, we have the passage. It's found in Luke 5:11. We have the key verse of Luke 5:10b. We have the main characters, and we have the words to live by. And we attach those to the inside of the page. Thank you for joining me today for our number 6 Create a Page activity. the first miraculous catch of fish. Now, because it says it's first, you know there will be another miraculous catch of fish. Next, we will be doing number 7 activity and create a page with the lesson. Please join us for number 7 in our next video.